what people conceive God. How do they conceive God? And many people, they shut me down because I believe in a peaceful world. You know, you're crazy.
You are a soul. You are a soul. We can say soul, we can say spirit.
Yes.
You came from light, we're beams of light, we're prisms of light, we're electronic on one level.
Yes.
And we came into this third dimension, that it's a universe of form, and it's the densest there is. We have not been trained or conditioned to look within. We've been conditioned to believe that life is out there. See, I must do, I must get, I have to make something happen. And this being a universe of form, A Course in Miracles teaches us it's not the form of anything that matters, whether it's something you did, or whether it's someone having a gun, or whatever form it may be. It's not the form of anything that matters. It's always the thought behind the form. And the thought behind the form is always a loving thought or a fearful thought. Because we have two thought systems. Until, through your devoted practice, it's like you're erasing the blackboard and you're starting with a clean slate. So through your practice, you are remembering what is already there, stored in your memory. You know, I always love to use the analogy of the nursery rhyme, Little Bo Peep. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and did not know where to find them. Leave them alone and they will come home, wagging their tails behind them. That is what has happened to humanity. We've been lost in an illusionary world. And now there's nowhere for us to go but to wake up. So we're coming home wagging our tails because we're realizing there's got to be something else because I'm not at peace. There has to be something else. And we say, God help me. And that's the first prayer we've uttered for some of us because we're in so much pain. So when you see someone committing an unloving act or being unkind, your part is simply not to judge it. See, you have to expose the darkness to the light. Whatever is exposed to light becomes light. You're not judging it as being bad, because a judgment is an unacceptable thought about someone or something. And to judge is to not know. But we do know, because the knowledge is encoded within each and every one of us. We all came in encoded.
But can we sometimes have to step out and judge partially? Can we? Jesus did it. Jesus came to the temple and said, you know, why are you using money in the temple of God and stuff?
Yeah, well, he saw that they weren't in the light.
Yes.
See? He was in the light.
But he came out and judging them. Probably he needed, sometimes in life we need to judge the situations.
Well,
Or
don't
to
judge
interfere.
it. Don't judge it as being bad.
Okay.
See? There's no right or wrong, there's no good or bad. It's only what your mind does with it. Because you are your thoughts. Your thoughts make up your world. Which world are you in? A world of love, light, and wisdom, or a world of darkness and ignorance? Two opposing thought systems cannot occupy the mind at the same time. It causes a conflict. And conflict is self-deception, and self-deception is dishonesty. And no one's going to honor anything in you that you don't honor first. Know thyself. Every spiritual text tells us the same thing. Know thyself. It's the beginning of wisdom. So in order for you to know yourself, well, first I have to meet myself. And myself is not found outside. The externals are not going to do it for us because it's based on man-made rules and ideas. And these rules and ideas have kept us in a prison, has kept us in survival mode, survival programming. And those in survival mode have no time for anything because they're too busy surviving. I must do, I must get, I have to make something happen. Oh, I'm running late, I have to be there. You know, all of these self-made thoughts based on man-made rules and ideas. And where we are in our evolution right now, we have nowhere to go but home, to our natural environment of love. The environment by which and for which you were created. And you were created, not made. Love creates, the ego makes. And you don't want anything that you've made because it's not of the light. Therefore, it's not real.
What you say, each of us can change in a chain reactions of love. We can change actually the world. Change me.
It only takes a few.
And then millions will shift.
Yeah.
Well, I believe strongly in this.
Yeah, it only takes a few because as long as you're doing the inner work, you're raising the vibration, not just for you, but for everyone else. Because minds are joined. I am you and you are me. Only the form is different. But the content, the image in which we were created, is the same. Content never changes. Form changes. And form is always changing. But the essence of what you are is unchangeable. You cannot change it. You can deny it, but you cannot change it. And to deny is to not know. And again, every spiritual text, know thyself. That's the beginning of wisdom. So once we begin to wake up, our part is simply to stay awake. Because it's so easy to fall back into that dream state. Yeah. Because we've been so accustomed to a certain way of doing things or conditioning.
Some people are afraid to step out and conforming with a kind of fear, energy, war stuff. I speak to people, you know, and they're afraid to step out to have a kind of non-opinion by going to the law of energy and not to conform this world of the...
Well, a lot of people are afraid to step out of their comfort zone. It takes, and I can only use my own life as an example, it takes enormous courage, a sense of bravery to be honest with yourself and want something more. And you want it so badly that you're willing to make the changes. But the change has to take place in thought first. And then you see the effects of it, which is the experience on the outer. But at first, the correction first has to take place within the mind. Universal mind, the mind of God. So we have to tune in to the infinite supplier, the infinite source. God is the source of all supply. Supply is spiritual, and there's only one source, God. And if you don't like the word God, as some people do, it doesn't matter. It's not going to change what is. You're not an illusion. The fact is, you came from love, you're evolving through love, and you will return to love. And you cannot be angry with a fact. So we can be in denial, or we can open up and embrace and allow what is already there within us to come into our awareness, to come into sight, by you being willing to practice going inward.
So it's 48 hours.
Well,
Spirituality is 48 hours.
I often say you have to be really standing guard at the door of your mind.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Because you forget, you go
Yeah.
to collect the consciousness.
Yeah.